Liberal leader Justin Trudeau arrived with an entourage and a lot of enthusiasm. A quieter entrance for NDP leader Tom Mulcair, who was joined by his wife, as was Conservative leader Stephen Harper, who was third to arrive, but the first to go on the attack.
The other parties are trying to tell us they will deal with the challenges of our economy, of our labor market, of international markets by raising taxes and running deficits to finance vastly increased amounts of spending.
It didn't take long for the other leaders to bite back.
Prime Minister wants to hit the snooze button while Mr. Trudeau is hitting the panic button.
The issue of energy and the environment sparked heated exchanges.
Mr. Mulcair, you actually are the only leader in Canadian history to have gone to another country, you and your colleagues, to the United States to argue against Canadian jobs and against Canadian development projects.
It's exactly the opposite, Mr. Harper.
It's
exactly the opposite, Mr. Hold on, Mr. Wanda.
Let Mr. Trudeau and let Mr. Trudeau.
He just said something to me, and I'm going to answer him.
Mulcair was criticized for the cost of his plan.
We heard the same old story from the NDP on this. They say, we're going to fix this somehow through raising taxes. In their platform yesterday, they put in a bunch of tax increases for the energy and mining sector.
Completely false.
But Trudeau, who plans to run deficits, was also a target.
Mr. Trudeau comes along and says, let's spend more, let's raise taxes, let's run a deficit. Running a deficit is not the kind of protection our economy needs right now.
Mr. Trudeau's plan is, frankly, reckless and it's uncosted.
If this isn't the time to invest, what would be?
The Syrian refugee crisis dogged Harper during the campaign. He was accused of not doing enough to bring more refugees to Canada.
This remains one of the largest countries in the world in terms of refugee resettlement, including from Syria and Iraq.
True, Mr. Harper.
I have said we will bring in more, but what I have said we will not do. You know, these guys would have had in the last 2 weeks us throwing open our borders. And
Harper was also accused of taking health care away from refugees, which he denied.
We do not offer them a better health care plan than the ordinary Canadian can receive. I think that's something that most new and existing and old stock Canadians agree with.
Mulcair and Trudeau, who are fighting for the same votes on the left, took every opportunity to try to discredit each other.
He announced that he would run $10 billion a year in deficits. Now, you just heard him say the same thing.
Mr. Mulcair, I am looking straight at Canadians and being honest the way I always have. We said we are committed to balanced budgets, and we are. We will balance that budget in 2019.
The leaders came into this debate in a three-way tie. The question now, will what was said tonight help one of them break from the pack? Lisa.
That is the question. Okay, Laurie Graham at the BMO Centre in Calgary.